Hey guys, this is just a little update on a few things, a few shows that I've been watching. Gonna touch on Shira season 4, Final Space season 2, and a bit of Rick and Morty as well. And also a few things on 2019 as a whole. And where I want my channel to be and how I think it's gonna be, or just a few rambles on what I think it should be. Um, but yeah, generally, YouTube 2019 was pretty crazy. I've been following closely to the stories and all that. It's not good, guys. And I'm not even going to touch on YouTube Rewind 2019. That was freaking stupid. I mean, that was just nothing at all that showed they knew what the community was talking about. They didn't show that they understood why it did bad. They didn't show that they didn't show that they cared, and it's so evident now that they're becoming such a corporate shill that the community just doesn't want to be a part of it anymore. But yeah, that's just about the things I wanted to touch for that particular fucking subject. Okay, so I'm gonna start on Rick and Morty season 4 because it's more recent and I remember more. So yeah, season 4, not as good as the first three seasons, and here's why I think it's not as good as the first three, because I think like the first three they really wanted to have fun, they really wanted to just fuck around, and they knew how to fuck around properly. Like they they had an overarching story. They knew what to keep simple. They knew what the plot was gonna be, even though it's a convoluted plot. They knew where to keep it, what to keep, how to keep it, and how to keep the fans excited. How to keep the fans talking about it. Kept the memes. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a thing. There's the things that work, and there's the things that don't work. It's the Family Guy routine, it's the Simpsons routine, but it's much closer to Family Guy in the way of the jokes, especially season 4. I'm seeing more of it now. I'm just like, I wish this didn't turn out like Family Guy, but it is, and it's hurting me so much. And in a way, it's very much like Adventure Time. And the whole reason why I didn't like Adventure Time, I still appreciate Adventure Time for what it was going for. It's more of, the laid back adventure style and growing up, and then and there's the whole like mirroring situation where, it's a time, there was a time before the war, or slash the nuclear apocalypse. There was a time before like all of this magical stuff happened, which was the real world, which is a world we're familiar with, but kind of see how it could have turned out in that way. But it was just too dragged out for me personally. And in a way, Rick and Morty follows these simple beats as well, but not as much. It does have more focus on the comedic part. I mean, Adventure Time was pretty comedic as well, but I mean, Adventure Time focused a lot more on the drama, and the comedy side, and then the whole growing up situation thing. So and Rick and Morty is more about the memes, about the adventure, about the space stuff. Just things that you want to see from a show called Rick and Morty. I mean, there's nothing much to go off of Rick and Morty. But in a way, they did really a really good job of tightening a story that should not really have no story within an adventure. And I mean, there's now two incomplete stories. The first is bird person story, or rather falcon person, or phoenix person rather. Fuck you, Tammy. Fuck you, Tammy. I still can't get over that, by the way. And I'll never trust any girl anymore. After that episode, I was just like, oh man, that was so cruel. Um, so okay, so Tammy turns bird person into phoenix person. That's not concluded yet. And then you have what's this? The Evil Morty story, which ended in season 3, where it was just a throw off joke, really. I think, in a way, because I don't think they want to conclude those stories. They're never going to conclude those stories, and it's just because it's left up to interpretation. I don't think they're ever gonna bring it back. If they do, it's just because they want to do fan service. It's not really for them. But what I predict is we're gonna have a third cliffhanging story where there's gonna be something in the future we're gonna be left on, and then we're never going to go back to it because this is the beat that they want to go down in that. Oh, there's a fourth story unended which is the sorry about that, which is the part where he goes to that magical land, right? And then the bean guy wants to rape him, and then, well, that was pretty concluded in a way. And this, all right. So anyway, I still consider those the big two that is not concluded: the Phoenix person one, and then um the Evil Morty one. So it's all slipping out of my mind because in a way because season 4 is so spaced out, and that's what I think. It's a bit of like, oh shit, what did happen in season 3? What why am I going back into this again? Is it just because of the brand? Is it just because it's a familiar face, it's a familiar friend? But it's a familiar friend, but even a familiar friend, you're like, oh, okay, like I know we used to be friends, but like what do we like, and we've changed so much. Like, do we even like the same things anymore? Can we even talk about topics that we can both share and we can both play off of? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that kind of, I wouldn't say feeling, but more of like the experience of it. And in a way, it's kind of blinding, I would say, because you don't know where it's gonna go, and that can be a good thing, obviously, but I just don't feel like they want to finish it out. They don't. It doesn't feel like they want to end the season for themselves, but rather because, all right, we have another season. What can we do? Can we put more jokes? Can we put more people? It's becoming more Family Guy, as I said. It's becoming more Family Guy, more Simpsons, like, so. I don't know. I don't know. If I were to rank it, I would say, I don't know. I feel like the current episode was pretty good. Are we on episode 4? Yeah. Yeah. We're on episode 4, the dragon episode. So that was pretty good. I'd rate that the best out of the 4, to be honest, right now. I thought the third episode was pretty good. I know it wasn't that great, but I thought it was pretty good. In the way that they parodied the whole heist thing. My friend didn't like it. I was like, yeah, I understand why. It's not for everyone. It's a specific joke, and it's a specificity that if you don't know what the fuck they're talking about, then you're just gonna be like, what the fuck is this? So, and I mean, if you even have a basic understanding of heists, you're just gonna be like, yeah, but they're doing, they're repeating it throughout. How is this funny? It's not, but it is funny just because it's saying something that only people of, people who watch a lot of cinema or watch a lot of movies will be like, I get what they're doing. They're saying that Hollywood keeps churning out the same kind of heist movie, and it's all following the same beat, and it's all like gathering the group, and then you pull out the heist, and then you're like, never again. But then there's always the guy who's like, never again, but then comes back in, and then you're like, I thought you said never again. So it's just gonna be that kind of thing. So yeah, the third episode. That was the third episode, the heist episode. Fourth episode was dragon. I'd say the dragon episode was better than the heist episode, and the heist episode was better than the second episode, which was just a Rick episode. I mean, don't get me wrong. We haven't gotten that in a long time, but man, does it not work. I didn't find it funny. I didn't even find the point of it. At least with the heist episode, I was like, okay, I kind of see why they wanted to do this, but the whole Rick alone thing, I think it's been done better. I mean, the Unity one was so much better than this one, so I don't know. And then the first episode was just straight up dumpster fire shit. I don't even fucking want to talk about that. That was a weak, very, 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 very weak start. But I kind of liked the way they started it out. The whole, fascist alternative reality. That was pretty fun. That was pretty dark humor. I liked that, but I didn't like the way they ended it. I mean, I know they always have to follow the beats on of the first episodes, like Rick and Morty riffing off of each other, and eh, it's been done. It's been done better. It's been done. Um, and yeah, so far that's the only four episodes that we have, and it's already 12 minutes that I've been talking. Okay, well, I'm just gonna really run through Final Space Season 2 and She-Ra Season 4, actually, because there isn't much to talk about. Space Season 2. Final Space Season 2, I was alright with it. I mean, I just liked the ending with Bolo, and I think it was all just building up to Bolo. So it was a long walk for Bolo, but I think it was pretty worth it. I mean, there was some stuff in there was like, yeah, you didn't really need that. I thought his mom coming back was a bit of a cop out. I was like, yeah, that's just wow. But I mean, I get why they wanted to have his mom back. His extra support character. Maybe something's gonna happen with Quinn. We don't know. Nightfall's already gone, so spoilers, I guess. Spoilers, obviously. I not I guess. I guess because like I don't know how many people have actually watched Final Space Season 2, but gathering by the dumpster of comments in Twitter and Tumblr and all that, I'm pretty sure you've watched the and I Final Space Season 2. I mean just the recent season. And I mean, a lot of people lied to me. Like they said, oh, there's only 12 episodes, and I was like, alright, 12 episodes, I can binge that. And then on Netflix, I saw it was like, oh, there's a 13th episode. And I was like, fuck! They keep lying to me because I thought. Sorry about this. I thought that somebody said that there was a finale already, and I was like, oh shit, I missed the finale. And then and then there was another episode, and I was like, what? And then somebody else said, no, 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 that's gonna be the finale. And then I was like, okay, fine. And then it's not the finale, and I'm like, fuck, why do I keep listening to these people? So yeah, I watched the proper finale. I thought they were, as I said, I thought I was stupid enough to think that they only had 12 episodes because it's gonna be in Netflix and on Netflix anyway. So I watched the 13th episode on Netflix, and I was like, oh, okay, that that felt like a really good ending, and it opens up more possibilities, to be honest. Because season one ended on a strong cliffhanger, and I was like, oh shit, I really want to know who took Gary, and then it's just a trash compactor. Haha, them's the breaks. Um, and then season two ended on the if I'm not mistaken, it ended in final space where he finds Quinn again. So Quinn's back, and I mean it's a kind of a cliffhanger, to be honest. But I don't consider that to be really cliffhangy, because you're like, okay, they found Quinn, so I know everything's pretty set. Now we wait for the final space fight, like showdown between the Titans, and maybe I mean, not maybe, definitely Gary and the gang. I say the gang because it's Gary and the gang right now. And that's about it for season two of Final Space. There's not really much to talk about. I don't really remember it that much, and that's why I hate putting off reviews, because it gives me time to reflect a lot, but it also makes me forget a lot of things. And Shira season 4, oh man, what a what a waste, what a waste of a season. I I was disappointed. I am disappointed. I I don't know. If okay, if I were to give it a rating, I would give it a 6 out of 10. I just didn't think they did well enough. Okay, the episode with Adora and Raz, and the flipping timelines between Adora, Mara, the pie episode was really good. That was really well done. I was like, oh shit, why wasn't this season just this episode done throughout? Like, oh shit, we could have had so much better character development for Adara, but no, we've got to do the whole friends are fighting and we're not friends anymore. I mean, we're gonna fight, and it's so petty. It's so petty. You don't need that. You don't need Adara fighting with Glimmer and fighting with Bo. You didn't need that. You just didn't need that, and they went that fucking lazy route, and I was so pissed. I was like, okay, maybe they're playing it for laughs, because they started off fucking saying shit like that, and then they were like, haha, you thought we were gonna really do it, but we're not. And then they go back to it, and I'm like, what are you doing? You said you weren't gonna do that. Oh, what a fucking waste. And then, it's just going back and forth towards that shit. And then it's that whole thing with Glimmer that I didn't really like. I didn't like how they just sped her fucking aging thing. I was just like, what the fuck? Why does she look so grown up here? I must have missed something from season 3. I must have forgotten something in season 3. It must have been because her mom passed away or something like that. There's no way. Why the fuck would the animators want her to be grown up anyway? You could have done a progression where they grew up together. That would have been so much more interesting. I mean, picture it like Adora growing up into like a middle, like like a young adult, and then Glimmer growing up to a young adult, and then Bo growing up to a young adult as well, and you could have had a young adult group, because season 1, season 2, season 3, they were all kids slash teenagers slash pubescent, whatever, and then you move on to season 4 where they're young adults, all of them, not just Glimmer, not just Adora, not just Bo, but all of them, man. That was such a waste. Like it just showed how how less of a thought they thought that fans wanted to see that, because in my opinion alone that was just so wastefully done. There was so much better to do it in a way that could have still kept the political complexities of the world itself, and then you move on to the funny stuff, and then you move on to the adult stuff in the really back end of it, because you need that maturity. You need Adora finding out, okay, I know now my friend is queen. How can I deal with that? How do I go about compromising? You build that up. You don't just throw it in. Okay, you throw it in because the mom is dead. Fine. But you still need to build that arc. You still need to build the fact that she needs to be a queen in her own way. Fine, Glimmer needs to be a queen. What does she do? She needs to learn how to be a queen, not just sit in the throne room. Not just fight with Adara just because Adara is her top general, technically. Not just fight with Bo just because he's the technician, the tacticalist. And I don't know, man. I just I still enjoy season 4. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it. I just thought that they could have done it so much better. They could have built it more. They could have done it better. And when the whole pie episode of Raz came out, I was like, what that was brilliant. That was brilliantly done. Why didn't you start with that? Build on that. Build on that. Like, build from Adora's insecurity. Why the fuck was it Mara doing that shit? Why is it all going down and then you move backwards or something? I don't know, man. It's still good. I just didn't like how they did it, but it was still good. I mean, it's fun seeing Glimmer grown up. It's fun seeing Glimmer find her power, find her voice, really find how she wants her authority, stepping on fine broken glass on the floor, and she'll she'll grow into it. She'll mature into it. I'm sure they're gonna push this whole fucking the team's breaking apart thing. So I don't know, man. It's just what a waste. What a waste. What a waste. Yeah, that's about it. So I mean, it's 25 minutes of me rambling, really. And that's the thing. You kind of just go on and you come back and you have things to say, things to talk about, things to talk about. Um, I want Dicky to come back. I don't know if he's going to come back, but if he does, he does. I'm going to do reactions, maybe not, maybe not. It depends, really. If I'm in the mood, I'm in the mood. I don't want to force myself anymore. I don't wanna. I don't wanna come off pissy. When I do a reaction. Sometimes I do get pissy because I'm tired, and I don't want my viewers to see that I'm tired. And I know sometimes like this, when I'm talking and I'm burping, it doesn't help because I don't want that in my video. I don't really want any imperfections in my video. So it kind of throws me. Even this sound, like this whole fucking buzzing sound, I don't want it. So and no fucking way will you see it on YouTube. No shit, man. They're still claiming my videos from 5 fucking years ago. Are you serious? No way, no way. But yet the videos are still there for you to watch. The stuff that's still on here anyway. But yeah, it's mostly moved to Veron. Veron.com is mostly where I'll post stuff. I'll still post my gameplay. I'll still do that once in a while. Um, when I have something, they're right now they want to test the whole match day thing. I think I'm gonna record my gameplay, upload it to YouTube, see how it does. And I know my videos don't do well anymore because I'm not promoting it anymore. So hey, damn, it's the breaks, right? So yeah, that's about it. I really wanna do a reaction on Shogugeki, but I don't think I have the time because I work on Saturdays now. It's not a fun thing that I do. And it's not a spectacular thing that I do. So it's just gonna be a thing that I do. So I mean, okay, so if I have a game, maybe I'll play it, maybe I won't. I don't have Wi-Fi anymore, so it's mostly gonna be my data that I use. So that's just gonna be a big problem moving forward. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I can get it. Maybe I won't get a dongle again. So yeah, that's about it. I don't have too many things on my mind. Oh, I'm probably gonna watch Rise of the Skywalker next week, December 16th is the date. It's a Monday. Well, I mostly won't watch it till Saturday or something. It really depends. So maybe I'll watch it on Christmas. Yeah, who knows? And I have not watched Jumanji, so that's gonna be something on my list. But I saw some people saying that it's not that great. And yeah, I haven't caught up on any new movies. The only most recent movie I would say that I've caught up on is what was that movie? What's that movie? Shit. No, no. Oh, Endgame? Endgame was no. Oh, Far From Home, right? That was the last one I watched. What else did I watch? Yeah. Oh, Joker. Joker was the last one I watched. Yeah. Joker. Joker was the last movie I watched. Yeah, Joker. Joker was the last movie I watched. Man, was it good. But it was censored in my country, so I don't really have real thoughts on that until I watch the proper movie. Um, I can give you the full thoughts. At the moment, I don't like to judge movies that have been censored because I don't know what the artistic vision was. I don't know why the fuck was it censored. I don't know why was it censored. I don't know anything of the sort because it's censored. What the fuck would I know, right? So I have no place to judge a movie. Um, I didn't watch Toy Story 4. I did not watch. What's this? Oh, maybe. Wait. No, I didn't watch. Oh no. I didn't watch. I didn't watch Lego Movie 2. I didn't watch the Playmobil movie. Oh, I watched Parasite. I guess that was before Joker. That was a pretty good movie, Parasite. And yeah, that's about it. Nothing much. So I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Probably not gonna be another 30-minute video. But hey, them's the breaks. Bye.